Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. In the next 15 minutes, I'll be discussing the recent updates to the registered capital management system in China. We are going to focus on the new provisions effective from July 1st, 2024, and their implications for businesses operating in the country. There has been a significant update in China regarding the registered capital management system, particularly relating to the company law, which has also been updated as of July 1st, 2024. As businesses in China strive for transparency and compliance, it's crucial to understand these changes and their potential impact on your operations in China. Before we start today, though, allow me to very briefly introduce ourselves. Woodburn Accountants and Advisors is one of China and Hong Kong's most trusted business setup and corporate administration advisory firms. We are specialized in inbound investment to China. We basically eliminate the administrative complexities that surround entities that are established in each of these jurisdictions. And our services range everything from pre-investment advisory to trademark registrations, employer of record services, to incorporations, and all of the ongoing administration work that is involved to be compliant in both Hong Kong and China. If you've got any questions about our services, head on over to our website, woodburnglobal.com, for more information. Otherwise, reach out to me. A little bit about myself. My name is Christina Kohler-Colucci. I'm the head of business advisory at Woodburn Accountants and Advisors. I have been a leading expert on inbound investment into China for the last 21 years. My in and out expertise is in China, but I can also advise on Hong Kong as well. I've worked with over 750 companies on their expansion into the region, again, specifically into these two jurisdictions of Hong Kong and China, on different aspects of their journey, everything from pre-investment to incorporation and all the way through to growth and scaling within the market. On this slide, I have provided you with my QR code for WeChat. If you'd like to connect with me, don't hesitate to do that. Alternatively, just email me. It's Christina@woodburnglobal.com. So the company law of China was first enacted in 1993, and it provides a regulatory framework for company operations. Registered capital serves as a crucial metric for a business's credibility and reflects a company's commitment to its operational plans. A solid understanding of this system is essential for anyone looking to establish or operate a business in China. On August 2nd, 2024, so very recently, the State Council released Decree number 784 concerning the registered capital management system. And this was done because the company law updated itself on July 1st, 2024, and one of these updates was in relation to registered capital. However, there was no implementation guideline. Now, based on this decree, the objectives of these provisions are multifaceted. They aim to enhance transparency, regulate shareholder commitments, ensure the safety of market transactions, and improve the overall business environment. I always feel that people look at updates and new company law regulations in China as something that is negative. My impression is things are improving considerably. Now, very briefly, because there's really not much to say, but I do want to highlight the key features of the new registered capital management system. So let's delve into them. One major change is the adjustment of the capital contribution periods. So companies that are registered prior June 30th, 2024 must ensure that all of their remaining capital contributions, i.e. their registered capital, is remitted and in the China bank account within 5 years, i.e. by July 1st, 2027. Additionally, there's a mandatory public disclosure requirement for any changes in capital contributions. Companies must disclose these changes within 20 working days through the National Enterprise Credit Information publicity system. One thing that we are verifying at the moment, because it's the case for Woodburn, is that we do not actually require, for operational purposes, all of our remaining registered capital to be remitted, which is why we didn't remit it. And one of the things that we're looking into from a practicality standpoint is how to reduce one's registered capital that you don't have to input that remaining amount. So that is still a question mark. Now, implementation of these regulations brings more stringent oversight. Company registration authorities are now authorized to conduct random inspections to ensure compliance with these new guidelines. And companies that fail to adhere to these requirements risk facing public notifications and penalties, again, emphasizing the need for accurate disclosures. The impact on corporate governance. Well, the new rules represent a significant advancement in corporate governance in China, promoting transparency as well as accountability. They indicate the government's commitment to creating a regulated market, which in turn enhances investor trust as well as operational integrity. Furthermore, these regulations aim to deter companies from inflating their registered capital, ultimately promoting a fairer business environment. So I wouldn't be doing these little roundtables if I wouldn't give you some practical advice. So really the question now is, what can businesses do in light of these changes? First and foremost, companies in China should conduct a thorough review of their capital structures to ensure compliance with the new requirements. This includes adjusting timelines for capital contributions, notifying headquarters or shareholders when these new timelines are for remitting capital. Also, implementing regular internal compliance checks will help verify adherence to the new regulations and maintain accurate public disclosures. Now, again, I always think people take these things negatively. That's not what I'm aiming to do here. I want everybody to look at the opportunities and advantages. So for foreign companies, these updates present an opportunity to reinforce their commitment to ethical investments in China, not doing things under the table. By aligning with the new regulations, companies can not only avoid pitfalls, but also establish a trustworthy presence in the Chinese market. Seeking consulting support can facilitate effective navigation through these regulatory changes. Which leads me to, what can we do for you? So we offer several services designed to help businesses cope with these new changes according to the company law. One, we can assess your existing capital structure to identify any compliance gaps. Two, our team can provide recommendations for restructuring to align with the new 5-year requirement. Three, we can assist in implementing internal controls to ensure accurate tracking of capital contributions and timely reporting of any of these changes. And four, we also perform due diligences to verify capital contributions for potential investors. Now, remember that navigating these regulatory changes can be complex depending on the type of structure you have and who the decision makers are. But ultimately, Woodburn is here to simplify that process for you. So in conclusion, to summarize the recent updates to the registered capital management system, you have to underscore China's commitment to fostering a more transparent business environment. While these provisions introduce new challenges in terms of bureaucracy and reevaluating your capital requirements within your own China entity, they also offer significant opportunities for businesses, especially for foreign investors, to reevaluate their China strategies, how much capital is required, and to make changes accordingly. I truly encourage all companies registered in China and all new companies about to be registered in China to take proactive steps in compliance and strategy adjustments to align with these regulations. Now, I want to thank you all for your attention. I'm happy to take any questions you may have and clarify any points regarding the registered capital management system and the implications it may have on your China business. In the show notes, we will provide a link to my diary where you can schedule a call directly with me to discuss these, providing also my WeChat ID and email. So please feel free to choose for you to reach out, and I hope I will be able to answer your questions or your comments. I would like to thank you all for joining me today. I hope this little roundtable was useful to you, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.